What's good, everyone? So, we're getting ready for bed here. It's like 11:40, just about. Wednesday night. It was a pretty long day, but a good day. They say work was good. Fixed a bunch of stuff, and this might be your first look at the van if you're a new viewer. Here we are, a little bit messy, but that's the thing about the van. It cleans up quick. It gets messy quick too. Being in a small space, but for the most part, I try to keep it pretty clean. After like a hike or stuff, like I'll track dirt in here. That's probably the most annoying part. And then like after you drive around, the dirt will get everywhere, and then you have a big mess. But yeah, today was good. Like, what's amazing to me is how much like one day will change how I feel, pretty much. Like, yeah, like just yesterday I felt like crap, and then today I felt good, and I'm not exactly sure why, like what was different. Like I worked, and yeah, I think I just had a better mindset for the day, and that's really all it is. Like that's what traveling and living different places has taught me, is just like, if I'm not the one, so it's probably annoying that I keep moving this camera. If I'm not keeping myself in the right mind state, like, it's up to me to do that, pretty much is what I'm trying to say. And if I'm not, then that's a problem. Then it's my fault for not feeling, the best that I can. Like, it's up to me. And I feel like positivity and just being, erring on the side of, things will work out. Everything's not so bad. I mean, everything's not bad. That's the thing. Like, everything's not bad. Like, things are going to plan, but it feels like you'd never really know how to stack yourself up against what you think you should be doing. Yeah, like, I don't know exactly where I should be. If I did something different, what would have happened? I guess you can't even waste time worrying about those things, because they're literally things you'll never have answers to. They're just, yeah, like mental drains on yourself. And I find myself falling into some like habits where I'm just mentally draining myself for legitimately no reason at all. No healthy reason. I'm just worrying about stupid stuff that's out of my control. And yeah, now that I'm like channeling back into like my focus and being happy with like who I am and the person I am, and like, I know my dad said to me one time, like, what's so bad about just being a good person? Like, and that really just doesn't seem like enough nowadays. Like, yeah, like, you be a good person, but you still have to worry about like the bills and like wanting to start a family and find someone to, experience life with. I mean, it does add to the enjoyment of being a person. Like, that's probably the most enjoyable thing a person can do, is find someone who's on the equal just like thought patterns, and you can have deep conversations with. Like, there's not that many people in my life that I feel like I can have super deep conversations with where they're not just gonna like judge me. Yeah, because some people, like, you open up to, and then they use that as, like, ammo, like, against you, like, hold it over you, or they shit talk you to other people behind your back because you said something to them, and in the moment, they were, like, agreeing with you, or, yeah, but then behind your back, they're just literally shit talking you, and You know, that's just bad energy, man. It just is. That's draining for them. Like, uh, yeah, no, I was talking about with my buddy, like, what's the appropriate amount of shit talk? Like, shit talk, if it's with a friend, like, I think it's really funny. It's fun to do, but if it's with someone that I don't necessarily like, and I'm not just pals with them like that, then they can go fuck off. Yeah, it's really like a judgment call on the shit talk, I'd say. Uh, because you can end up offending people quite easily. I mean, a lot of people have a pretty low threshold for like what hurts their feelings. But not me. I mean, I feel like I don't get offended that easily. I feel like people do try to bring me down sometimes, which I don't get because I don't really try to bring people down. But I think maybe that's just their coping mechanism for not feeling, you know, great about themselves. But yeah, like, it is interesting what we should be doing. And I wonder, like, these people that are doing these things, like, they know that they should be doing this certain thing, like, is knowing that you should be doing something a choice? But some people say, like, I didn't choose this chose me. I think in regards to shout out to Jordan coming back to the plumbing company. Hopefully, if everything goes to plan, he'll be back working with us. I like working with Jordan. It's awesome that he's actually coming back. Because, like, I left, and then he left, and then I came back, and then he, I think, is going to come back. So, yeah, we'll got to get, like, a fucking cooler for shop beers and stuff, and, you know, yeah, just chill. Like, it's a good company to work for. Like, these dudes are awesome. Like, they're really good people. Like, that goes a long way. Like, if you like who you're working for, I mean, it's going to make you want to show up every day. And it does make a difference. Like, I just want to do the best job I can. Like, I know I'm not, you know, a perfect worker, maybe. Or maybe I am. I don't know. Like, I just try my best. And in, like, a field like plumbing, unless you've been doing it for, like, 20 years, like, there's just new problems going to come up and new things that you haven't seen that you have to, you know, adapt to and conquer. And yeah, like, when you put out, but anyway, get away from the job, whatever. When you put out positive energy into the world, I think, like, positive things come back, like the positive thoughts, like, because things aren't that bad. But when you're putting out this negative energy and just feeling super down, like, nothing feels good. And just, yeah, I just want to ride the wave of feeling good and feeling good about myself and being able to make other people feel good about themselves. Yeah, just be like an optimist. And man, some people have it really hard. They really do. And like, when I put things in perspective, I just am very grateful for what I do have. And hey, like, it may not be much to other people, but to me, I mean, it's enough. It definitely is. Like, I can sustain in the van. Obviously, like, everything's so expensive nowadays. Like, people paying 2,500, $3,000 for rent, just rent. Like, not even owning a place, and it's crazy. Like, how can someone afford that? I don't think I could. I mean, and to pay for food, if you want to go out, like, if you want to go out, you're not spending less than $100. Like, you're just not. I'm a fiddler. I like fiddling with things. And I gotta get these. So my curtains here are a little bit misplaced right now. They fell down. What did I ask? Oh yeah, so when I did the trailer wiring, I had to take them down and then I put them back up, but not as secure as how they were. Oh yeah, look at it. It's falling down again. I hate that. My house is falling apart. No. But yeah, that's the cool thing about the van too. Is like I can just make it how I want. I guess that's what people like about having their own house. Is like you make it how you want, and it doesn't matter what other people think. It's yours. And I don't know if you could do that in an apartment. Like they might be mad if you're just like changing stuff, and it's probably in the lease agreement. I don't know. I've never had an apartment. I've never really wanted to rent because like it just seems like your money goes nowhere. Like where's your money actually go? Like just for time to be in a space. Like I'll just be in a smaller space in something that I can own. But everyone looks at it differently. I don't know what the right and wrong things to do. Like my boss told me like, hey man, if you're house shopping, like the thing to do is to get a multifamily and turn that into the next multifamily and have them pay the rent, and the rent pays for the mortgage. And I guess that's like every successful person that I know, that's what they do is real estate. Because people need a place to live. It's just something people are always going to need and always going to want. And some people are going to want certain things. And if you could provide that to them, they're willing to pay big money, real big money. And yeah, I mean, that's exciting. I'm excited to potentially get, a house if it happens, and which I think it will. I mean, I don't know what the banks want and stuff, but yeah, like, I just don't know whether to look at it as like a place for me to live, as an investment, as what, like, what is this exactly to me? I'm 26, so I feel like I'm kind of still young, but I mean, at the same time, I feel old. I feel, like a full-grown adult, and man, did that happen quick, and it's only going to keep happening quicker, I'm sure. Your perspective of time seems to change as you get older. Like, things will just fly by, because there's more days in your past. But, like, when I'm younger, like, days seem so long, years seem so long. Now, like, the year will be over, and I'm like, wow, like, it's already a new year. Like, I feel like I barely even wrote this year's date on a paper. Like, but, yeah, it just flies by. And, yeah, but, like, I was able to have a nice talk with my buddy today. We did, laps at the track, we did sprints at the track, we did push-ups, and these two young kids came up to us, and they're funny. They had their baseball mitts on, and they did some push-ups with us and did a couple laps, and I think they were bored because their sisters were at the cheerleading. What was the cheer? Go football, something about football, I forget. It's funny, cheerleading, though. Like, is cheerleading a sport? Is it an activity? What exactly is cheerleading? Because I was like, yeah, like, I feel like some people treat it like a sport, but can your sport consist of something of, like, cheering for another sport? Like, is that considered a sport? Isn't that just kind of like an accessory to a sport? Yeah, I don't know. I really don't, like, I was wondering, like, they seem to be taking it serious. They're doing flips and physical activity, but no one's playing defense on you. Maybe in the competition, it's kind of looked like more sport, maybe. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not a cheerleading expert. And, I mean, never will be. The one girl that I went to school with, she ended up becoming a Patriots cheerleader. I mean, that's pretty cool. That's got to be quite the experience. I wonder what, like, people go into that for. Is it fun to dance? Is it just the environment? I wonder what that's all about. It'd be cool. I mean, to be close to the team, travel with the team. Do they travel with the team? I don't know. Yeah, there's some jobs out there that would just seem to be cool to have. And, I mean, plumbing, it's not the worst job. But I'd like to hear someone's argument for it being the best. It's just hard work, man. Like, I wonder how much hard work the human body can take throughout a lifetime. I mean, how many really old plumbers do I know? None. Literally none. The job's stressful, and yeah, what it does to your body, like, yeah, I don't think you can. I don't know how long I'll make it anyway, though. I mean, my grandparents both died. Grandpas both died when they were like in their 70s. So, what's the odds that I make it past that? Probably not the highest. And like all this stress, and say you have all this stress in the past, but then you change your life to where it's stress free. Does that like rejuvenate you from the stress of the past, or are you still like, did that do its damage to you? Like, stress kills people. It's not even like a fees like can they even test for that? Like, it's not like a physical thing, but like you can feel stressed, and that's just killing you slowly or fastly. I don't know. Or like the stress can, like, yeah, give you high blood pressure, which in turn blows things out quicker. I mean, anytime you add too much pressure to something, it's not a good thing. It's probably not supposed to have that much pressure. But yeah, I'm just happy that hopefully Jordan's coming back. Like, it makes work better when you're able to work with people you like, and people who are knowledgeable, that know what they're doing and can actually show you something. And hopefully, I make the people that I work with days easier with the shit that, like, I know how to do. Yeah, you can only do the best you can do, though. You really can. And like, there's just so many AC calls right now, and it's AC season, so I'm just getting used to doing all those for them. And yeah, because like, basically what I feel like I really know and can just do on my own is like furnace heat calls. Yeah, just have that down. I know it. I know what's not working when something's not working, and I feel very confident that I'm able to diagnose properly and fix the problem. But with other stuff, where I'm less familiar with, like, it isn't added, little stressor that, like, oh, am I not going to be able to figure this out? Am I going to let them down? Am I going to leave it not working right? Is something going to break when I'm not there? Yeah, and I just hate that feeling of just, like, not exactly knowing that you're doing something right. But that comes with time. Like, I talked to the boss about that, and he's just like, yeah, that just comes with time. Like, it just takes doing it over and over, like, eventually you'll realize, like, all right, I make this tight, and this tight feels tight enough, and, yeah, and so on and so forth, or how to properly pipe something in and make it look good and nice and straight and even, and, yeah, like, there's just a lot to it. It just is. But, like, I feel like the ideal job is something that you're gonna think about outside of work, like on your free time. Like, you're gonna be thinking about that job and wanting to know more about it. And yeah, that for me, like in my free time, like I'm hiking, I'm traveling, I'm camping, I like sports, like, so how can I turn that into, a job on its own? I'm just not sure. Or do I need to turn that into a job? Like, can I do something that makes passive income that doesn't even matter if I don't have a day-to-day job? But even if you don't have a day-to-day job, then if you're not keeping yourself busy, like, you're still gonna be miserable. So it all goes around. But yeah, I just want to do a quick one here. And we'll get this uploaded.